Most people believe success is about talent or luck. They think the people at the top have some kind of special advantage, a gift, a head start, better circumstances. But that's not the truth. The people who achieve lasting success, the ones who rise to the top and stay there, are the ones who have mastered the art of daily excellence. Because success is not built in a day. It's built in the daily choices you make when no one is paying attention. It's built in the early mornings, the late nights, the extra effort that most people aren't willing to give. It's built in the decision to show up, even when you don't feel like it, to push through the resistance, to stick to the process. Excellence is not a feeling. It's not something you chase. It's something you become through your daily habits. And here's the truth most people miss. Excellence is not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's not about getting it right every time. It's about showing up and giving your best effort every single day. It's about having a standard for yourself that is non-negotiable. A mindset that says, I don't lower my standards to match the world. I raise my standards to shape the world.
Welcome to the world premiere Word on the Streets. Welcome to the world premiere Word on the Streets. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Please, put your heart and hands together for our hosts, extraordinaire and the amazing Keith Fletcher.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the world premiere Word on the Streets. Friends, we're happy to be back. My name is Larry, better known as Extraordinaire. But folks, let's get to the real cheese of this whole platform and program. We all know why you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, the man needs no introduction. I'm talking about the one and only, the amazing Mr. Keith Fletcher. What's up, my brother?
Man, I'm about to start getting dressed up, man. I like how you came in with the performance. And I got to start dressing. Now, see, we getting real fancy now, man. I got to start dressing up. I can't come in there with no baseball cap on no more, man. I got to start dressing up now, man. You getting too fancy for me now, Stuart. I like that, man. I like that at the beginning.
Hey, brother, it's all about you and I, man. But personally, see, you elevate that out of me, man. I was reading, Fletcher, about colors, and they say that the color of blue, royal blue, it brings strength and intellect to where you go. And I say, I'm gonna be engaging with Keith Fletcher. So I have to bring my A game, man, because I'm gonna be on the platform with Fletcher today. Go ahead on.
Hey, look, you just told me this first time I saw that, guys. I'm telling you, and I recognize. Look, and I'm gonna tell you, people, I'm blind. I'm legally blind, and I seen all them colors. I like, oh man, what? Oh, I got to start dressing up now. I can't come out here like this no more. I gotta. He's stepping it up, so I gotta step it up. You talking about me? Now I gotta step it up, man. That's nice, man. I want to tell you that, man.
Yeah. But it's nice too because, in all honesty, whenever Fletcher and I get the opportunity of talking with each other backstage, even when we don't have a show, from time to time we call each other on the phone, our conversations are always good. 99.5% of the time, they're just good. And what we talk about, friends, we validate what we talk about on this platform. I mean, things that are going on in my personal life, and things that are going on in his personal life, and I always find it amazing how the line cross each other. So what I'm saying, what I'm saying, friends, that what we do on this show is very real. It's not made up. It's not phony up. It's real. Our real personal life experience. It intersects with when we're off the show, and we dialogue. We talk about it, and we take it out, and we try to figure some things out. And I enjoy that. I really enjoy that. So yes, I get excited when I got to come on Thursday and be with this man. Go ahead on, my brother.
Now, like I say, both of us get together and talk, man. I say, I give all praise to the Most High on this, but the connection and we can speak to each other and elevate each other. That's what it's all about. Us coming together and elevating each other. You know what I'm saying? When we feeling low, and we both, this happens to us all the time. He telling you the truth, man. One day it might be him, or one day it might be me, and we just elevate each other and give somebody a word, and man, it changes a lot. And that's what it's all about. That's the development right there, that personal development. That's true. Now I was telling you, man, it's time for us to be life coaches, man. Lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Living life, going through things that you can help people. That's called a life coach. You know what I'm saying? Coaching people in a better way. We've been doing this for a minute. We've been doing it not just on the show, but on our personal lives. But that's what we do, man. We here to elevate. We like I said, I don't know if Australia want to use that word, but I use that elder. You know what I'm saying? That elder that come out and better give you that word and tell you some things to help you. Australia younger than me, so he might not like to use that word, but but that elder to
Yeah,
give,
that's right.
yeah,
That's right. That's right, Fletcher. I'm the young. I'm that young man on the
yeah,
show.
yeah, young man, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, friends, tonight we're gonna be chopping it up. Y'all heard the introduction. God, I love that guy, Jim Rohn. He
Oh man,
just down to earth, common sense talk, no fancy words,
smooth,
no
smooth,
fancy
smooth.
vocabulary, just good old fashioned down to
Straight
earth
down to the
talk.
earth word, straight down to earth,
Yeah,
in your
yeah,
face. Yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
Yeah, right where we live. You see,
yeah,
I can soak that in, Fletcher.
yeah.
Right, where
And
I
it
can
make you
soak that in.
make you think too, man. Like he'll say something, and you'll be like, it's so simple. You just be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, that makes
right.
sense.
Yeah, he's saying it in a way that you don't become defensive
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. No, it's yeah, man. Yeah. It grabs you. It
Yeah,
grabs you. It grabs you. Yeah.
it grabbed me.
Mhm.
Friends, before I go further, I just looked down in the chat room, and you know who just drove up? Selena.
What up? What
What's up,
up?
Selena? Welcome to the
Hand clap.
welcome to the
Hand clap.
show. Yeah, absolutely. And Fletcher, last week you had a question you wanted to ask Selena
Oh
and
man.
whoever else.
I don't forgot it. And I was thinking today, I'm like, what was that question? Oh man, I would have I'm sorry for
Friends,
that. Yeah. We started talking. I was about to ask, man, the question I had.
let me see. So let me find out if Selena want to come on here and answer that question. Fletcher, you wanted to ask her what do she do to fill up her cup?
Oh yeah, what we doing to fill up? That's it. That's what it is, man. The thing you
Yeah.
do to fill
Let
it
me
up.
see. Selena, give me a reply in the chat room. Let us know if you want to come on and answer that question.
Well,
She
the
said,
thing you
"Good
do to
evening,
fill your
gentlemen."
cup up. Yeah, what it takes to fill your cup up. Yeah.
There it is. But meanwhile, while she getting her thoughts together, I have a question to ask the amazing Keith Fletcher. Friends, damn it. Excuse me, friends. Before I ask him this question, please don't forget to subscribe.
Yes. Yeah.
Click like. Follow us, friends. Help us to get the word out. Help us spread the word about the world premiere Word on the Streets. We come on every Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. Yup, if y'all want to see us come on more, y'all got to come and support us now. We need more than what we're getting.
Yeah.
If you all help us to grow more, show that you want to hear this more, show us, let us know. Okay. Now, getting back to the show, Fletcher, I have a question I want to ask you. Okay, tonight we're going to be breaking down and talking about becoming the person success is looking for. So, in order to start this program off, I want to ask you, Fletcher, what does excellent look like to
What do excellence look like for me? My personal opinion,
yes?
I would say, man, is a person that's willing to do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? First is the most high. Second is for your family, my wife and family. You know what I'm saying? Willing to get up early in the morning, willing to stay up late. You know what I'm saying? Willing to do what it takes. Willing to, when you get knocked down, you know what I'm saying? Get up. You know, because you're gonna get knocked down when things don't go right, man. You don't make excuses. You know, simple things like that. Your character, building your. If you don't know that person, I don't know now, but willing to go find out, do what it takes to find out, and humble yourself to find out, to get to know. And I think that's what it is for me. Willing to get up, do what it takes, keep on fighting through it. You know what I'm saying? Challenging yourself. You know what I'm saying, and the people around you. You know, a daily, every day, doing something towards your goal in life, and having a vision. You know, and really, explaining and working on that to the best of your ability.
Are you, are,
You can
you
hear me?
know, yes, in fairness to you and to the folks on here listening, I had the privilege of thinking about this before I asked you that. And so it may be a disservice for me to tell you what I thought about, but I'm gonna kind of push you a little bit,
Go
if you
ahead.
don't mind. Uh, because, you know, it may be said that I'm always looking at things as some obscure way of what have you. But as I grow younger, I've, you know, I seem to review myself, and so I want to improve on myself. And I
Right.
was thinking that thought too. Success for me now is, and I was thinking this too, Fletcher. This may resonate with you as well because we often talk about this. Is is controlling my emotions. Get this now. Even when I'm right, to choose when not to even say that I'm right. In other words, timing. Success is knowing how to choose your timing better than I did before. It's now success also for me is not about how much money can I make. It's now more or less about self improvement. And in other words, now success for me has become, and I don't want to sound like a cliche. That's what I'm saying. This could sound very like a cliche. How can I be better, Larry, on the inside? How can I be better? What areas that I can be better than I was in my past? Can I be better in my temperament? Can I be better in how I communicate with others? Can I be better in withholding my judgment? Can I be better? And if I can, and not if, is improving in those areas, I feel better. I look back on where I was to where I am, and I feel like I'm evolving, that I'm growing, and I say, wow, thank God that I have worked on that particular area in my life, and I can smile now that yeah, I could see a better person that I was, that I've learned how not to allow things to affect me so much until I just throw that temper tantrum and live with it. Now I overcome those areas in my life that would sometimes perturb me to a degree that you know I just walk away instead of now I work through that. I work through it, and I still work through it. Have to work through it. You feel me, brother?
I feel you, man. Yeah, I feel you. I feel that. Like I say, when you talk about success, the crazy. My wife asked me this question last night. She said, if you can have, whatever you wanted right now, what would it be? And I told her, honestly, I told her this is fact. You can ask. I wish I could have her here. I say, I got everything I want right now. She said, no,
Mhm.
no. If you could have, I said, nah, for real. Everything is in place. What I
Yes.
want right now, everything I have. Now I'm saying what I want is not all the way there because I still say I got 10 years, 20 years, I can have it way better. But I'm in the right place at the right for. If you was asking me to be successful right now, I have everything I need right now to get me to where I'm going to be even more, you know what I'm saying, even more great if you have that word, even more successful than I want. But the reason I'm saying is I'm right on time with my vision. I'm saying everything playing out just like it's supposed to play out. But I'm in the right place in the right time. I don't need to rush it. I don't need the more. It's nothing more that I need right now. We were talking about that last night, little pillow talking and stuff like that. But I feel like saying the pillars I go by, I'm following those. You know what I'm saying? I'm not at a perfect, but I'm getting there. Spiritual health, physical health, mental health, and financial. My networking ability, that's another. I add that to it. But those things that I'm striving every day to be better at it. But right now, you know what I'm saying? They're not perfect, but I'm in a great position to that point. I'm leading a great race right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm ahead of the race. You know what I'm saying? Ahead of the time frame of where I'm at. But yeah, success for me is that. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not. I don't. I'm not. I'm not grinding. I'm not. I don't have to grind right now. So I'm at a good pace to get where I'm going. So that would be successful for me. And it's crazy that I thought about it when you were saying that last night. She asked me that question, and she was
Isn't
like,
that something?
tell me what you sure you don't want this? I'm like, no, I'm saying I'm not saying I'm not gonna have that. But right now, this time right here, I'm cool where I'm at now.
Right. And I get that too because, even in our last conversation before the show a couple of days ago, I said to you, you must have been in my house because you were saying things that we were talking about.
Hmm.
And in our last conversation, friends, Fletcher and I had was holding a conversation, and we both was on the same energy level about money. Now, at one point in our life, both of our life, money was a big thing, and I want to talk about this thing about money right now because money is dominating most people's life, and not always for the right reasons. We are driven to do things. We're driven to do things thinking money is going to solve what it is that we need solving in our life. And it's not all your fault because that is the way we were taught. That is the way the system is pre-programmed, and we were given that program as we grew in America. That is the playbook for most people. So most people you see automatically think that if I had a certain amount of money, it would solve their problems. It would solve my problem. When that isn't really the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Because we have learned that even when you make more money, and Fletcher, I really need you to talk on this, man. We've learned from our own personal experience, have made more money, and it didn't solve the problems. The problems were still there. So it's got to be more than just the money. Pick up, please.
Yeah, he was saying like, I'm correct. It like, we were given the money, but we wasn't given the playbook. That's what it is. We were given the
Yeah.
money, but they didn't give us a playbook how to use money. You know what I'm saying? We were put in our hands something that was a piece of paper that we didn't know how it works. We didn't know that it flows. You didn't know what the currency was. We didn't know how the GDP, what it really works. We don't know. We just saw some things and we wanted those things. And then they marketed to us what is the thing. They marketed what things that we needed to make us feel successful. You know what I'm saying? So we was told these things make us feel successful, and we went about those things and bought those things, but we weren't taught what we do after while we buying those things. There's other things you should be doing with the money, and the money should be helping you. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. We're not saying you don't need money because money brings power, power brings control. That controls your life. You know what I'm saying? But it's a way to do those things with money. You know what I'm saying? What we tell all the time, what's more important is your time. Money buys back time. That's what it does. It buys back times while it solves some problems. You know, like if my plumber, something busted in my house, instead of me trying to figure it out, take days, not have no water, I can get money to somebody and they can come here, bring value, and they can repair that for me. You know what I'm saying? So now I can go to work and I don't worry about it. I come home, it's fixed. So money do those things like that. But also money protects you. You can put a protection around you, what you do with your money, saving your money, putting your money up. But these things we wasn't taught, but we was taught to consume money. And they marketed that to us on TV. You know what I'm saying? We go back in the days, our grandparents, they didn't have TV like we did. We had 3 channels. Now we got thousands of channels. We got TV. We got it on our cell phone. They've been advertised. When you go in the store to the gas, and you've been advertised to buy something all the time, 24/7, and something been telling you to spend money. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much things that's grabbing at us. So, but we're not taught to save money. We're not taught to put money up and invest money. We're not taught to build money for compound interest. What is compounding is when money compound and interest and all that. We're not taught that, but we're taught to spend. So when he said that money is not important, it's more things than just money. There's more things you can do with money. And I say what I say all the time, but put a hedge of protection around you. That's what I would say to use the money for. Learn how to put a hedge of protection with your money around you, cushion you so you can, use your money wisely. What's right now?
So, friends, we're going to take a small break, but we're asking you not to go anywhere. Please stay with us and come back and be with us because we're going to chop it up some more about becoming the person success is looking for. Is success looking for you and you find yourself, or let me put it this way. Are you comparing success in how much money you make? Are you comparing success with what school you go to, what car you drive, what neighborhood you live in, the size of your house? Is that the way you evaluating success? If it is, friends, you definitely need to come back for part two. The amazing Keith Fletcher and I will be back, so don't go anywhere. We'll see y'all shortly.
You didn't find this journal. It found you. And not by accident. Inside are real-life truths, like you're not stuck, you're just still thinking the same thoughts. This journal is more than paper and ink. It's your personal space to reflect, reset, and rise. Each saying speaks to your soul. Each affirmation rewires your mindset. Each page invites transformation. If you've been searching for clarity, healing, or simply a way forward, this is it. This is your journal. It found you. Available now. Because destiny doesn't wait, and neither should you. You didn't find this journal. It found you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy our content, please subscribe, hit like, and share. Our hosts empty their souls in hopes of turning on your inner light. They understand, once you discover your passion, there's no turning back. Extra and Fletcher will return after this short but powerful message, so stay locked in. Because what's coming next might just be the spark your spirit's been waiting for.
When you develop the habit of daily excellence, success becomes inevitable. You stop chasing results and you start attracting them. You stop relying on motivation and you start running on discipline. You stop waiting for the right moment and you start creating momentum through consistent action. So the question is, how do you build the mindset, the habits, and the systems that create excellence every day? How do you train yourself to operate at a higher standard automatically until it becomes who you are? The way you start your day determines the way you live your day. If you begin with discipline, focus, and purpose, those qualities will carry into everything else you do. But if you start in a reactive state, hitting snooze, rushing through the morning, you set yourself up for distraction, procrastination, and inconsistency. Excellence begins before the world wakes up. It begins when you take control of the first moments of your day. Because if you can win the morning, you can win the day. The key is not just waking up early, it's how you wake up. The best performers in the world wake up with intention. They start their day with purpose, not by accident. Before they do anything else, they prime their mind for excellence. Some use affirmations, some journal, some meditate, some move their body to wake up their physiology. But they all have one thing in common. They control their first thoughts, their first actions, and their first priorities. Your attention is your most valuable resource. Whatever you focus on expands. If you focus on problems, you create more stress. If you focus on distractions, you waste time and energy. But if you direct your attention toward growth, execution, and results, your actions will align with success. Most people never train their focus. They wake up with good intentions, but by the end of the day, they wonder where their time went. Excellence doesn't work that way. It requires deliberate control over what gets your attention.
Excellence isn't a single act. It's a daily commitment to rise above mediocrity, even when no one is watching. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard, showing up with intention, and choosing growth over comfort every single day. Whether in your work, relationships, or personal habits, excellence is a mindset that says, good enough is never enough. It's the quiet, consistent discipline that turns ordinary moments into extraordinary outcomes and separates those who wish from those who achieve.
I like that. How do you start your day, friends? How do you start your day to be successful for the day? Because it really does. It starts first thing in the morning. So what is it? Do you allow yourself to be robbed of your day by opening the door to distraction before you even get started on your day? How do you start your day? I'm so happy to be on this platform with Fletcher because he's going to break it down to us how he started his day and some things that may help you to get your day started as well. Go ahead on, Fletcher.
It's more than just starting the day. Let me say this to you. The thing, and I talk to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying. Again, I'm trying to find myself into this coaching now. Now I'm trying to really understand because when I get up, I tell people I get up in the morning, but I don't just get up in the morning just to get up. I had some goals that I set down and wrote out before that. Something happened before me just getting up. I have some things that I wanted to accomplish that I wouldn't accomplish. And you know what I'm saying? So I start writing these goals down. And for me to get those goals completed, I needed more time. So I started getting up early and I need to have clarity too. So I was searching, seeking you to find a better way. And I said, I found the Most High talking to him, but also meditating. Then also, that I tell you, my pillars are that spiritual health. Then I went into physical health by working out. You know what I'm saying? Getting my body. Because you know what I'm saying. We can be so stressed out. I needed that. Also meditating, but I needed my body to be right and my mind. You know what I'm saying? Meditating on my mind, talking to people. Like earlier I said, going to people with something on my mind I don't know. I can get clarifications. Meditating to myself or speaking to one of my friends or somebody that I trust and for meditation. I mean for mental health. Then financial, that's studying, man. That's the stuff that I study, finding a better way for my personal and my business. I have a personal and a business that I want to succeed in. So I had to divide those up. So that take a lot of study, that take a lot of time. And I working in between that. So I needed that time to get up early because it wasn't enough time with that and my marriage and my kids. So I needed that extra time to get up in the morning. So that's what I say. First, these goals control those things to make me get up in the morning. That made me realize I need more time. That made me realize that I need to be to myself, to get with myself, to talk to myself, to meditate with myself. I needed more quiet time with myself. So that's what made me start getting up early. You know what I'm saying? And building that habit. So once it, don't get me wrong, it was rough at first, but once you start doing it and being consistent, you heard what he said when you're listening. Consistency matters. That is a fact. Being consistent, steady going, steady doing it, every day showing up. That's half the battle right there. So those things that make me get up in the morning because of that, because of my goals. It wasn't just say I want to just get up. I had a reason to get up. You know what I'm saying? Then I started because I was after I work out, I'm feeling good. Then I started eating better, focus on what I'm eating. I will prepare my food the day before because I'm focused on these things before. I haven't even got to my goals. I'm focused on me. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting myself prepared for the things that I need to come. I'm getting myself ready for those things so I can be at an even balance. And I know it's hard to be balanced. You never balance, but easy as much as it got to be easy balance. So now I can go into what I decide what I want to do. If that's part of it right there, Strong.
That's so much in sync with with myself as well.
Yeah.
I like one thing you said, so I want to press on it a little more. Uh, you said something about mental toughness. You didn't use those words, but the meaning is that you really have to be mental tough. That mental toughness, because friends, let me tell you, whenever you make a decision, like even right now, listening to this show, you might say, "Man, what they're saying is sound good. It resonate with me." And there are some areas in my life I know I can be better in. I know I can improve in. So you get in this aha moment, but that moment is good, but it's gonna take some mental toughness to carry it through. Trust me, for
Yeah.
whatever reason. You see, because our body and our mind is used to doing and being what it always did. It's
Yeah.
conditioned. And when your body and your mind, the way you live, your lifestyle and everything, it is conditioned to stay that way. It doesn't want to, because that way is comfortable. It has worked for you. All of a sudden now you got this new information that you're excited about. Your mind starts telling, I don't even know. I don't even know, man. If I don't even know. You should try this. I don't know what was everything was working for you before. Now you're gonna go try this thing here. So what I'm saying, friends, that you're gonna have to have mental toughness, and you're gonna need mental toughness also because as you have made a decision, distraction is gonna knock on your door.
Right there. Yeah. That's the
It's
main.
gonna knock on your door, and why would it not? It always have. Before you getting that aha feeling and moment that you may be getting now. So the moment this show is over with, your mind is gonna say, okay, that was good. Let's get back to who you are. You see, yourself don't want to let you be free. You got to break free from your inner self, friends. I'm not lying to you. This may sound crazy to some people. I don't know. But anyway, you got to break free from who you was, who you were. You have to break free from it in order to be that person that success is looking for. Destiny is waiting for you. Success is looking for you. You said that you wanted to be better, do better, have better. And the universe said to you, the creator said to you, all things, not holding nothing back from you. I want to give it all to you. And yourself that always have been who you are is holding you back from getting those things. I hope y'all getting what I'm saying. So you got to have mental toughness, friends. Discipline. After mental toughness, you got to be disciplined. And I love it. See, this one reason why I do like sports as I do, because athletes learn something that they didn't know before. Learn to control the things that you can control. The thing you can't control, then you can't control. But what you can control, work on that. And when I hear a story, when I have read a story about Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, all your great, whether it's in baseball, track, football, you name it, they would practice things over and over and over and over again. And then when we see them, everybody say, man, they're the best. Or somebody say, if someone write books, we'll say, man, they're the best. They are expert. Well, friends, you know how you become an expert? You practice over and over again. You practice more than the average person. You practice not because you're comparing yourself to the other person. You practice because you're striving to be that thing you saw in your mind eye, that thing that you saw that you could be. You saw it and you go after it. So going after it for you may mean to keep doing it and keep doing it. And then when you get knocked down a few times, it's gonna be your why. This is my third point, and I'm shut up, Fletcher. And then after you get knocked down a peg or two, instead of throwing in the towel, you look back at that kid in the house, Selena, who is that superstar AB student, that next millionaire. You look back in the house and you see that wife or that significant other or that daughter or that son. You look back at in your house and you see your why you put up with stuff when you go to that job, why you put up with certain people, why you put up with certain things, why you keep going, why you do this, why you do that, why you don't do this. Those why will help solidify your mental toughness. Go ahead on, brother.
We talk about Kobe Bryant, the great Michael Jordan, and them guys, and we talk about the guys that go to work and put in hard, the president of rock. But it's always, we talk about the job they do, the profession they do. But what about the team that's around them to help them to be able to do that? For Kobe to go
Well,
out there and shoot them jumpers, for Kobe to go out there to be in that gym all that time, to come home, the team around him, the woman around his wife, the kids, who handle those things, the money, who taking care of those things while he can focus on his and become great. See, it was important to have the right people around you too, having the right spouse around you, having the right team around you, counselor around you, family around you that see that in you and they here to support you and help you and guide you, not to be a weight on you. See, all these things matter. You know what I'm saying? Also, procrastinate. Use another word we was using. You need focus, discipline, dedication. But the things that's distractions and procrastination, which is the big one, stop us from moving. See, Kobe and them couldn't afford to be procrastinating. They had to go to the gym to put the shots in. All the players that the greats, they was always working, put in. They didn't procrastinate. And a lot of us, we want to procrastinate. We want to wait. I got a young lady was talking to, giving her life coaching, and she was her job is about to start laying off. She knows about to lay off. So I said, "Well, what have you done?" Well, I'm gonna do it. I said, "So you haven't prepared anything? You haven't got your?" I said, "What do you have to do?" Well, I got to get my resume. I got to get. So have you done it? No. Why haven't you? You know these things are going, but you haven't prepared your resume. You haven't put it on LinkedIn. You haven't made no phone. Who do you know? What job you have prepared? Now you're gonna wait till it happens, and then well, I'm not stressing, but you will be stressing when if it
Mhm.
happens
Yeah.
and you don't have those things. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not stressing now, but when it happens, you will be stressed. When it happens, things and then I say, how much the money you making? How you know if you can get that type of money? You already struggling, so now what if they pay you less? Now you have to take a job that pays you less. Now you making. You see how all these things started rolling up. That's not excellent. That's not somebody being ready. That's not no somebody being prepared. That's not somebody being successful. See, success come in all kind of forms, shapes. But I'm saying being successful in your home or being successful in your marriage. If you can get your marriage to be successful with your marriage, and then you can start getting them other things because you have a wife. If that marriage ain't right, you try to go do those things, then you think you fail. No, it was something else that happened. You didn't have it at home together. I was going to school one time, and this guy, we were going to computer class, getting his major, and the people was having trouble. But they had this one guy, an African guy, and I was talking to him. I said, well, man, he was top in our class. He said, well, man, I got two jobs, I got a family, and I go to, and I come, and I come to class. I said, man, when do you get some sleep? He said, whenever I can. He's the top in the class. You know what I'm saying? That's excellence right there. He was working
Yes.
two full-time
Yes.
job. He had a
Yes.
family at the feet, and he was going to school. He was top in the class, top in the school, and all this, man. I'm like, when do you have
Yes.
time? That's excellent. That's success. He try to see. He have a why. What he doing this for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
He
right.
ain't
That's right.
procrastinating. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't letting nothing distract him. He don't have time to be distracted. He got to get in. He knew when he said, "Man, I got 2 years. I got to have all this done in 2 years, so I can go ahead and get back, and that's gonna cut. Then I can let the other job. I get this job. Now I can let the other two jobs go. It's not for. It's just for now. But I had to put the time in now because he had a vision. He saw the bigger picture, and he had the path, so he know what he had to do. But he knew this is not gonna take. This is not gonna be forever.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, it was. It was, man. It just so imagine when you say what is success, and then you get to see it. You know what I'm saying? You
Hmm.
get to see it and be a part of it. And you look at yourself and say, "Man, I'm bull corner." You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I
Yeah.
need.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I got one.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, I ain't even got a job, and I get to go to school and not have a job, and still this and what he doing all this, and he oh man, it make you
Yeah. That's
reevaluate things.
inspiring, man. That's very inspiring.
It make you reevaluate.
Hearing about it, hearing about it through you is
Yeah.
inspirational.
Yeah, man. I'm saying he could have taught the class. We all in the class when he told it, we was like, what? You know what I'm saying? So you start looking at yourself, man. I need to step it up. You know what I'm saying? That's successful. So sometimes we think we being successful. Somebody else can show us like, okay. Somebody else can say, nah, you can do you can like you see your kids, you can see them, but you see more in them. You push it, but they think you been, but you see more in them, or see somebody of your loved ones that you see more than you telling them, hey, you can do more, you can do better, and they don't even see it for themselves. So sometimes we think we're being successful, and we might need to be evaluated to have someone show us what they mean by success. Sometimes we might need to sit down with someone and lay out our goals, what we really want, and they can guide and show us how to be successful.
Brother Ladiana is in the chat room, and Selena's really blowing it up. She give us a kudos. She say that's very successful. That's story you just shared, and well planned and everything. And this is what we're saying, friends. See, this resonate, and when it does resonate with you, you really got to you execute, take action, because you will be challenged on that new phone moment that you have. Believe me, you will. But I had something else. The thing about it, when you when you get as young as I get, friends, you can have a thought. You can have a thought, Fletcher, and it will come and it will leave just as fast as it came. And apparently that has happened. I had a good thought, but it came and it left. But so what so what I want to ask you, Fletcher. No, this is what I wanted to say. I got it back. I
You got
wanted
it,
to
man?
say this, then I'll ask you a question. I got it back. I wanted to say it's a wonderful thing in that when you have someone on the other end of the spectrum that add see, add more value to what you said, what you say. And so when I was talking about these greats that we all agree are great sports people, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Fletcher was there to add the green beans, the mashed potatoes, the rice and gravy, and all that that smothered pork chop taste better. That pork chop by itself might have been good, but Fletcher added. You see, unless you have a supporting, it takes more than one person. It takes a village, and that's very important because we can get lost and carried away when we focus on only about ourselves. We make things only about ourselves. And it's easy to trick yourself and fool yourself as though it's all about you and you only. Yeah, it's about you, but it's more than just about you. Those whys you have, the why, it's a reminder that it's more about you, and you need a strong group of people around you. You need an encourager because not every day you're gonna feel as if you're on top of the world. You're gonna get knocked down, and you won't be able to pick your own self up. How do I know that? I've been knocked down a few times, and I couldn't pick myself up. My thoughts alone wouldn't even my thoughts was really beating me down more and more and more. And the more I tried to think of it a different way, my thoughts picked me up and slapped me back down, beat me back down again. So you need some outside inspiration, some strength that can pick you up and lift you up and then point another direction for you. If you get a flat tire, you can have three good tires, one on a flat, you're not going anywhere. It takes four tires to roll forward. Not one, not two, not three. It takes all four. It takes a village. Go on, brother.
No, in our community, man, that if we get that, man, we'll be go so far. We want to be in the silos and think we can do things by ourselves. That's the thing that I learned over time, man. I cannot make it nowhere by myself. And we need to come start understanding that and getting that village, that community back and start learning each other and start turning the other cheek. Cause we're gonna make a lot of mistakes. I tell that now. We getting a family group together and I tell them we're gonna make mistakes because there's something new to us. But look at Apple, look at Google, look at Microsoft, look at Meta, look at all these companies. It took a multitude of people to make their own companies grow. Both when Apple and Microsoft, they came together. Microsoft came together with another guy, and they said, "Hey, they believed in something." Both somebody had the vision, but he had to get them other people to believe in the vision. And see what happened is somebody have a vision, and then somebody want to come rewrite the vision in the wrong way. You got to be able to see the vision and see it through. You know what I'm saying? You need to instead of leaving, focus on the vision. What was played? You don't have a vision. Work with that. Just in a marriage, man. I tell people if I talk to couples, I be saying, "What is your vision? What is her vision?" And I talk to either one of them. Neither one know. I don't know. We just want to pay these bills. No, you need more than just paying bills. What do you want out of this? What do you want out of life? What is your dreams, aspiration? Oh, she told me this at 20. Man, she 40. That's what she said at 20. She 40 now. Now, the same thing at 20 is not going to be the same as 40.
That's right.
She changing. Yeah, she changing. We
Right.
all changing. Sitting down, figuring it out. Excuse me, your teammate. I tell people, me and my wife work business together, and I say we'll be sitting there, and she can say something. I got a business hat on, a business uniform, and then it's time she start talking about home. I got to take all that off. I got to put the husband hat on. And you know, that wasn't about the business. I gotta put. Hey, hold on. Let's stop. We gotta put. We gotta let's get in the car, take a ride. We ain't talking about no business, and because you can't do them both. You got to separate and say, hey, I got to pick. Hey, let me sit down and get this right. You can't bring them intertwined together. And like we get lost in that, man. But if you married, that's your first line right there. Your spouse is first, especially if they're tied into your business. You can't. I tell people I can't do nothing because if I lose that, especially my vision, she a part of the vision. I got to rewrite the vision. Oh, that's gonna mess up a lot of stuff. I got to move some. Man, hold on. At least let's see, can we fix it? Let's get some counseling. Let's try to get some understanding. And that's what it takes, man. So working together, being with people, man, learning, that's the best, like that's the network and that's the community that we think we can just do by ourselves and it take a village for years. And we got to get understanding or not with that story. Now we good. Our community at church, we can go to church as well, but when we come doing business or coming to community or coming together as spouse, I think we fall short of that. And I think that's something new we got to learn. That's something right up there with finances. You know, our networking, communicating, and financing. I think those things we have a problem that we got to start working on harder. You know, then I say mental, spirituals. We got that. We got that on the bottom. We got that. Religion, we know that. But them other things right there, I think we fall short on. Go ahead.
Right. And then though, what you concede into, I would question, do we really have that if we can't make a self commitment?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Or we need, like I say, if we don't, we need to find why we can't. Then that's a whole nother level. We got to find why we're not connecting that. What's the reason? Where I'm falling short or where she's falling short. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's gonna start again. These things got to be answered before you can write the vision. You got to understand these things because if those things not said, you're never gonna get to where you're trying to go to anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's so and what we're saying, friends, it is so vitally important that look, you gotta work on yourself. Fletcher just said it as perfectly as it could be said. That person who you had that conversation with 20 years ago is a totally different person now. So you got the conversation got to be different. What the expectation, hopefully 20 years later, are different than what they were before.
Yeah.
And if the expectation aren't different, they're a problem right there.
Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah.
That's a problem right there.
I think, Jordan, that the expectations and people don't want to change. 'Cause like I said, we don't want to change. Yeah, in 20 years, them expectations should have changed by now. Things should have changed, and you should have the conversation through that. And I think we just go into motion, and we don't do that. I think we just go through that. You know, me and my wife now, we had to have them. You know, we have every week we do a every month now. It was a week, but we do every month when we sit down and talk about finance. But we start talking about other things too. But expectations got to be in there. Expectation for your business, expectation for your marriage, expectation because you got goals to make. So you expect things that go a certain way. So you got to have you got to have that communication with the expectation. That got to be done. That got to be talked about.
Right. And I kid you not, you said you used to say this, but it's true. And that's a big hurdle, man. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Talking about finance, because see, saying that is one thing, but actually doing it, that's work. That's an accomplishment.
But again, we go back to we wasn't taught. You know what I'm saying? Now you grown. Now think about it, man. Somebody that's past 30, and now you sit down trying to tell them, you man, that's hard for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And you've been doing something certain way, and
Exactly.
yeah. So that yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You're right. And that's why finish your thought, man. That needs to be said out loud. Say
No,
it.
but no, just trying to have that conversation and then put some things down to say, thinking futuristic with it too, with your money. Okay, we're gonna put this money, and see that now you talking about really having a faith-based system. You know what I'm saying? It really is when you start putting that money, saying, "I'm gonna put it in this, it's gonna grow. I'm gonna put it here, and you can't touch it." What you say? You can't touch it. You can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? That's for this and that. You know what I'm saying? And you're not used to seeing that. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's something new to you that you gotta it take a while, just like a habit, it take a while to grasp that. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got it. I don't know why you know, it's gonna be some deep conversation is why. You know, the kids want something. Well, we ain't got it. No, we got money in there. You know, no, but it ain't for that. Switch that switch, you know what I'm saying? Just something simple as that. You got your wife, she been with her mama, and you saying that we don't have it, but the kids want it. Then they go to grandmother, and then grandmother come to wife, and the wife say, "Well, we do have it, but why you ain't spend it?" Then all she got to do is he's being cheap. Just that one
That,
thing right there.
well, look, there you go, right there. I was about to say that's why I
Yeah,
gave
right
it an applaud because, and that's all. I'm gonna tell you, some accusation is still tender and hard for men, and vice versa to deal with.
there. Yeah,
Being called cheap,
that's hard.
that's hard.
That's
That is
hard.
hard.
That word right
That's
there
hard.
cuts.
That's
That
hard.
word cut.
No man want to be
No man want to
treated
hear that.
as you
Hey,
cheap.
slow down. Especially you don't want to hear your wife,
That's
mother-in-law
right.
say that too. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Especially too, they're gonna tell the in-laws,
Oh,
yeah, he cheat.
he
He
cheap.
ain't gonna do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's hard. I'm gonna be
that's a
honest.
bad taste. Now, when you start talking about money, that's what's gonna be right there on the thing.
Yeah,
And all this, she
that's
tell
why
me,
I gave it an applaud because I'm telling y'all, talking about it, that's a tough conversation.
oh no, and like I tell, it wasn't no. I told people it didn't happen overnight. It was some tough, like you said, battles. You know what I'm saying to get to that point. And like I said, that we're at the point now. We were talking about it the other day about because we were moving something. And he was like, "Man, I'm we putting this amount of money in there." Yeah, I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what you want to do?" Well, I ain't gonna do nothing with it. That's where it's going. But I laugh. I say, "Boy, like I say, go back and remember them times. Now it wasn't that easy back then. It's my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, understanding it's our money. It is my money. Having that separation. Now I hear some couples will get together and they they pay separate. You know what I'm saying? She got her part, I got my part. I tell people all the time that's not gonna work. That would not last like that. In no relationship that would last because somebody gonna fall short. Always. I'm saying you gotta come up with a better plan than saying you got your half, I got my half. You know what I'm saying? Have rent, have what that's not gonna make it's not gonna in a relationship, if you saying you're in a relationship, you being together, that's your man, your woman, your husband, whatever. If y'all saying y'all together like that, it can't be you got your half, I got mine, man. We in it to win it. Let's put up a plan. Let's put it on the scale. See, can we balance this stuff off? We both get what we want, but we gotta have a plan for ends to the means. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got habits, spending habits, bad habits. Smoke. You got these habits that you got. That I don't have that you have, and you got to work through those things. It take time.
Yeah,
You got to keep showing up. You got to keep sitting there, and that's what we don't do. You got to be sitting there still writing, saying what we can do, trying to figure out. And that's success to me. For me,
that I was about to
that
say. See, all of this is part of that thing we were talking about success.
yeah.
All of that.
Fighting through all the mistakes, all about that success to get to a point that's success without, like I said, I'm at that point what I asked him earlier. My wife asked me, I'm at that point like everything is going the way it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, is it if I'm where I want to be? No, but I can see, you know what I'm saying? I can see
Right.
that's the point I'm saying. It's starting to work. It's starting to come together. That's it.
And seeing part of that success too, going back to a comment I made earlier in the program, is even when you may have the right answer, let's say in a conversation like that where you're talking about money, sometimes, and Fletcher, you can attest to this, you have to hold your tongue,
Oh yeah.
even though you may have the right answer the right way, but it's not always the right time.
Yeah. Now you got the right answer, but you don't know how to say it. It's not that's what it is. It can like I said, get to a point that you can say something that can just mess everything up.
It could throw a wrench
Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
can. It's something that's looking. You can say something as I'm gonna give you an example. Like you said, in the right time, you see something you spent that amount on your mama. You know what I'm saying? Your mama probably be. You can say something
But
simple.
man, yeah, right.
Yeah,
It can really mess things
it
up.
can mess things up. You know what I'm saying?
It can, right.
But you got to sit and have a conversation. But over time, even by giving money, sometimes, like you said, you just let them do it because they got to see. If you believe in the vision, you believe where you're going, and you're showing them. You just sometimes you got to be quiet and let them find out themselves. Okay, well, you
And here the thing about success, friends, you have to be able to take the receiver punch.
yeah,
You see, because when you're dealing with other people, you it, you're gonna have to take punches because that's what we do as human beings. When
yeah,
we can't communicate as well as we can, and we become defensive. When we're defensive, we're like animals. If you corner a cat will scratch your eyeballs off. If you corner a human being, they will swing back at you. Now, growth is being able to restrain yourself from every time you get swung at. See, you learn as you grow. You don't always have to swing back at that time, at that moment. You feel me on that, Fletcher?
it's true in there. And sometimes I think people swinging it and they don't even know why they swinging. They swinging at something because they just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? You ready to
That's
swing,
right. And
and
the
you
thing
feel
is,
like,
if
yeah,
you swing back at that moment with them, they will miss that
yeah,
opportunity of learning
yeah,
that they didn't even, let. Sometimes you have to let people exalt themselves,
yeah, yeah,
swing until they done swung out of energy.
yeah,
Now they may be ready to listen.
yeah, yeah.
Feel what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna tell you, like when I do a lot of talking, my biggest thing, like that mental health and financial, man, and them two things, especially financial. Again, people real sensitive because you want what you want. You'll make up in your head it's the right way of doing things because you want something. You know what I'm saying? And you can come and say you really don't need that right now, or it's a better way. It's a way, a way, a better way or a different way to get it. And some people want what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, they can swing on you because they think you're attacking them and you're really trying to show them a better way. So those things right there is pretty much some hard thing to face. That mental when you're seeing somebody going through something because they so close to it and you on the outside and you see it so simple and trying to explain it to them, but nah, they act like it's the end of the world. They can't. And I've been there, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
yeah, somebody can come tell you later on, you realize like, man, they was right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you say humble. Sometimes we got to humble ourselves and really try to have understanding and say, see if this,
But
I'm trying
here's
to get better.
and Fletcher, here's the thing, Ladiana. I see you in the chat room. She's blowing up now. We really are very appreciative to have Ladiana and Selena always so supportive and always just letting us know that they very much in line with what we're talking about on the platform. But the thing is, Fletcher, is that I'm having a Joe Biden moment, y'all, live on the air. So that is part of that growth and development. That's part of the success is knowing when and when not to. And sometimes just being able to listen. And that takes a lot of growth, even when you have the right answer, is being able to just listen. Because the goal should always be is moving forward, moving beyond where you are, both because as we experience in life, especially with someone else, and when we're talking about a sensitive matter like money, people will always point at that time when you did something or you spent something to justify why they spending now. So that type of battle is constantly going on. So the fact that you have grown, I have grown, and don't spend like that anymore. But when fighting, like they say, all in war is fair. So in relationship, things are said unfairly just because people want to justify their spending habits, why they spend and why they want to spend. Be prepared. They may want to bring up when you were spending right there with them, and when you were spending like that, and nobody said anything. Now all of a sudden you want to pump brakes on me. That's part of success, being able to take punches like that and keep your head focused on where you want to move the ball, where you want to go. Go it on, brother.
Yeah. Now, I talk a lot of things about my kids. Man, I got 5 kids, and older to the youngest, from the oldest 36 to the youngest, 13. I mean, no, I'm sorry, 16, about to be 17. But I'm constantly talking to them about life, and situation about money, what I'm saying, how to handle money. And I know is a struggle, because like you're saying, we are being marketed every day about things, and just trying to get them to understand. Again, I'm always talking about time, how value your time is, what I'm saying, valuable your time is compared to money. So that's the biggest thing that I push with most Australian is about the time, especially for our young people. Man, your time is so what important, but you got to live under your means to build that up, to build your money up. It's not a sprint; it's a marathon. You know, you heard me say I'm where I'm at right now, but in 10 years it's gonna be, if I can get through, the Most High keep me. I'll say it. Be said that I'm here. In 10 years it's gonna be even better. In 20 years it's gonna be even more abundant. So that's what I'm saying. By the time, if I can get those at time, and I can keep on doing what I'm doing, it's the marathon. So time heals a lot of things too. So I just think we get caught up, as you get older, you start getting caught up looking to your left and right, and you start to race, you racing, you think you run against the people to your left and right, and you're not. You run against your own time. You run against your time, your own demise, because we all is dying. So we running out of time. So if we start using our time wisely for ourselves, not wasting on somebody else,
Yes,
understand it
yes,
about yourself and filling your cup up, like we were saying about the question, what it
yes.
take for me to fill my cup up to be strong enough to fight this battle out, this thing called life.
The race is with yourself.
Yeah.
The race is with yourself. And friends, we thank y'all so much for tuning in to becoming the person success is looking for. We talked about a lot of stuff, and we got on a sensitive matter about money. But the bottom line, friends, who do you have to become? If you knew success was knocking on your door, and it is, what do you have to do to be ready for success? What do you have to do to be ready to get on that bus to ride to your destiny? Do you have to let some habits go? Do you have to pick up some habits to get on? Success, whatever you're looking for, I promise you, I guarantee you, is looking for you too. It's looking for you too. You want better, better's looking for you. You want changes, change is looking for you. What is it you want? Just ask yourself, what is it do you really want? You want more money? Who do I need to become to get more money? What? What is it I have to do to be looked upon as being someone that the world wanna, because the money is there. There's no shortage in money. And the money wanna come to you. What new program do you have to install? What do you have to learn? Who do you have to become? What do you have to change? What do you have to add? What do you have to let go? Where do you have to move? It's all on us. It's all on us, friends. Because Fletcher and I, we can tell you, you can have what you truly want. How bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough to be committed to what it will take to get what you want? Final words for you, my brother.
Now, I mean, let's leave the final words in the chat. Let's go to the chat. Can you put it on the thing? Let's see what
Yeah,
they talk about in the chat.
that's
Yeah, let's see
that's,
if
that's
the
well
final
said.
chat.
I don't know how to pin it up on the screen,
Okay.
but we have La Diana because they just be hearing and not listening. I don't know if Selena, are you still there with us? That's very successful and well planned and prepared. Oh, let's see. Did that go on the screen? Procrastination is a huge problem. That's Selena. It sure is, Selena. Okay, all right. Let's see. Right now, Ladiana, commitment. Selena say yes. So there you go, Fletcher.
Yeah. That's it. Commitment, man. Being committed. So you committed to your vision, man. That's what I'm saying. Have you sit down and been? You can't be successful if you haven't planned anything. You have to have something planned, something put out that's saying what I'm going to complete. You have goals. You know, we work for a company. You have goals. You meet with your manager every quarter, every 6 months, every year. You have things so we can get better. So what are you doing to see that you are doing to get better? What goals are you set in place? What vision that you have set that you have sit down and wrote out and made it plain? Not just saying, yeah, one day I'm gonna have this. Have you really sit down and sketched out what you really want? You know what I'm saying? Have you really sit down and say what the husband I want, what all the qualities that he gotta have? Start when you start writing it down and start reading it out loud, you probably start saying, "Wait a minute, and I don't need to have that." You know what I'm saying? But you can keep stuff in your head. When you start writing stuff down and start drawing it out and seeing what really it takes for you to be with someone, and what would you put up with, what would you decide? But then put down what it takes for you, what kind of person be for you to be a wife to someone. You know, different things, the job you want. It's just things to write down. And I'm telling you from experience, I did these things, but I had to start working on me. Once I wrote these things down, I wanted. I had to become that person to be because the person I was, as I wrote those things down and I saw that, oh, then I started looking up like the job I wanted and I started looking what they wanted. I was not qualified. So I had to become that person. I had to change some of the things about me to become that person. You know what I'm saying? So some of you think some things that you want is right there, but you haven't become that person yet. So to become that person and then you start to come, that's when you're successful. The
Mhm.
dreams, the aspirations, the visions, the goals. That's what decide if you're successful. Have you completed those? Are you consistently? Remember, it start with consistent. Are you consistently doing those things? That's what it's about. Hey man, that's it, Shorty. Y'all have a good night. Hey, hit the like button. We
Man,
thank
that's beautiful.
thank y'all,
That's
man.
beautiful, beautiful. Man, what you said is just. I got to get out of hand clap. I got to get out of hand clap because that was crazy. Oh,
Yeah, well,
well,
I'm
hey,
living it like hey, sure now. I'm living it every day. I'm being, doing, and having. Like you said, being fruitful, doing, trying to multiply, do multiply and have dominion. So becoming. I got to become something that every day I wake up. That's the blessing I want you to know
yeah,
that you
man,
get.
you said it all, brother. Like
That's
you
it.
gave him some good. You write your goals,
That's
write it so it can become clear for clarity.
yeah.
Meditate, exercise. I was taking notes on you, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I ain't mean to interrupt you,
No,
but from
even
from
that's,
talk.
that's it, man. I just want like people. These things make a difference, man. You know what I'm saying? They make a big difference. You know, and I've been training people in the gym, training people. You know, when I tell people a trainer ain't nothing but a counselor because mostly you counseling people and seeing it. But as I lift people up, you start hearing people what they doing, and you start telling. A lot of them things affect you. Like Sean said, we get on here and start talking. We got to hold ourselves to that point. You know what I'm saying? We don't just say these things and then walk away from here. You know, after the show, we start talking. Then when I leave, it, my kids done heard me talking to this. You know what I'm saying?
That's
They
right.
watching, they side eye me. Hey, you said what? You know, but I am too. I'm listening to myself. I'm going over the show, and I'm saying to myself, "Am I being that person? You know, what do I need to do better to be that person?" I'm giving this advice out, and I'm living these things that I'm saying. So don't think we just saying these to be saying it. You know what I'm saying? We understand that we, as you growing, we growing also.
And that is what make us really. That's why we both are excited when we come on because you have to. We know the battles because we on that battlefield.
Oh yeah.
So,
We want to feel with
so,
you. Exactly. We we we
we
we, we get the stuff spirit shot at us too. Hey, we can spirit shot at us too. You know what I'm saying? We going outside. Hey, we see the bread and eggs and gas prices too. You know what I'm saying? We got the same. We got bills and stuff too. You know? So no, we going through the same.
Oh man.
Hey, we married. We going through. You know what I'm saying? We got kids. So we on the same. Like you said, Strona, we on the same battlefield as you. Yeah. And that's well said there.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, Selena, thank you. She said yes, Keith. You're doing an amazing job. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Thank y'all so much, friends, and we will see y'all hopefully again next Thursday at 7:30. This is the world premiere. Word on the Streets.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the experience.
Here at World Premiere Word on the Streets, you can always expect it to be informative, engaging, irresistible, passionate.
If you're ready to do the work to heal your inner child and transform your life,
tune in every Thursday evening at 7:30 Central Standard Time with extraordinaire and the amazing Keith Fletcher. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share us with a friend.
this has been a world premiere of the Word on the Streets experience.
I'm serious. I'm gonna start dressing up to get on this